Welcome to this presentation of UPSL Soccer Action, live on YouTube and presented by the Atlantic Soccer Media Group.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to ASMG's continuing coverage of the UPSL Premier Georgia Division. My name's Steven Johnson. I'm here as your play-by-play commentator on the night. Later on, you'll hear production wizard Larry alongside me as we bring you this thrilling midweek matchup from Henry Seldon Field here in Northgate, Georgia. Legends FC versus Kalonji Pro Profile, two teams in two very different positions on the table, which we'll get to right after the national anthem. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us once again here with AFMG's coverage of the UPSL Georgia Premier Division. Heated matchup on the last match week of the season. Legends FC up against Kalonji Pro Profile here on neutral ground here in Northgate, Georgia. And as we said at the top of the show, two teams in two very different positions coming in to the final match week of the season. Both technically, and I cannot stress the word technically enough here, are in the playoff hunt. Legends would need an absolute perfect run through the end of the season in order to keep that dream alive. More likely, though, they're fighting to stay alive in the relegation battle. 1 point here in the next two matches would keep them above that 7-point relegation line, and they would be able to go into next season safe and sound. On the other side, Kalonji Pro Profile have already secured a spot in the Final Six, the playoffs, going into the end of the season here in the UPSL Georgia Premier Division. However, there is a sequence of events that if Kalonji Pro Profile do win every single game, get a little bit of help from higher up the table, they are technically in the championship title race. But they would need to pick up a solid 3 points here up against Legends FC, who, to be fair, have struggled against some of the top of the table competition. So we'll have to see whether the battle for the title or the battle for safety will take precedence here in the UPSL. Other mid-table battles to follow along with this week. North Georgia, Atlanta, Rovers, and Club the Strongest all just vying to get into those final 6 to make it into the playoffs. But, ladies and gentlemen, tonight is about champions, and it's about security. It's about safety. Here's that relegation battle. Vito Tito, Atlanta, and LGSA, the 2 main culprits and the 2 main worried parties about relegation. Legends is technically with them, but Legends by far have the safest route into the next season. But, ladies and gentlemen, that's just everything how it looks on paper. We're ready to head pitch side as Legends FC get us kicked off for tonight's midweek match. And we're underway, ladies and gentlemen. Legends FC playing the 3-5-2. Big ball over the top. We'll be looking to take advantage of some wary legs over on the side of Kalonji Pro Profile. Interesting lineup they've gone with. Basically a carbon copy for what they took into Tuesday's heated matchup over at Shiloh Stadium. So, I mean, we'll have to see how the conditioning for the Kalonji Pro Profile members are going to hold up. They do need a perfect run to the end of the season if they want to win the title. Ball goes out of play there is Legends FC's first attack of the night. Not quite going to find pay dirt. Pletes in the back starting tonight over Hugh. Got that back four for Kalonji Pro Profile. 4-3-3 is the formation they go with. Solid front 3 with a very fluid midfield trio. We'll have to see how that serves them today. Predominantly it was Sumo playing off the wing on that last match day that really did catch us by surprise. He was just dribbling down that flank, trying to take absolutely everyone on here as Kalonji look to build out from the back. I'm going to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, I do see quite a few changes, so we will update you as we see that all the way down to the right side. Into the feet of White, driving down that right side, holding off multiple members, looks for the cutback, goes all the way to the top of the box, but can't find pay dirt. Legends FC with nearly everyone behind the ball. Quick little flip over here on the near side. Driving down that side, playing it in to Menez. Crossing to the right side. They do have a front 2 today, so really going to be trying to spread that back line out with the striking threats. Finds its way to Wiegand. Taken down, still possessed by Legends. Crocs on. And back to that back line 3. Fletcher, Clifford, Saleh, and Estes will be your back 3 tonight for Legends, who do give the ball right back over. Oh, able to be taken back. Holding midfielder. Barrientos able to come in clutch there. Oh, but not quite as clutch as the flagrant giveaway came from Wiegand on that far side. As it will be Kalonji Pro Profile taking it back over. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me keep you up to date with what I'm seeing here for the starting roster. I do see a number 28 existing somewhere in here. I don't see Pavlotsky. Not enough time. Menez taking the ball through the center. Not going to find anyone there. Kalonji on the back foot. Big run through the middle of the pitch here. Dribbling down that right side. Pushing further in. He's got room to shoot. Oh, he just slips at the last second. Number 6, who, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, is not listed on our initial roster. Just absolutely drives down the inside of that pitch, finds an opening. Yeah, he's not even on the roster sheet at all, so drives down. Might be Suma, might be Kemdem. We'll have to see. Just skits around 3-4 different people, tries to push it onto that left foot, and unfortunately, it's the right leg that lets him down. Ends up falling out from under him. By the way, just to make sure all you guys at home know exactly who's who, we do have Kalonji in the red and black kits going from left to right across your screen. Legends FC with the white with blue trims kit. They'll be going right to left across your screen. Goal kick goes wide. Back to Estes. Estes throws it in. Finds its way to Menez. Meneses. Kalonji able to possess around the back. Finds their way over to the wings. Now here comes number 6. Driving once again outside to in. He's going to take it on himself. Makes a man miss. Looks to go for another shot. Left-footed attempt, but still not able to connect. I'm just going to make a guess here. I think that's Kemdem on that right wing. If there's one thing I learned about him from last matchup, is that he likes to take some solo efforts on his own, and that's what we're seeing so far. All right, now joining me on the broadcast is production wizard Larry. Oh, wait, maybe not enough time. Big turnover from Legends. Gets room on the left foot. Oh, just sends it at the goalkeeper. Wigan not able to secure the goal and maybe secure safety for Legends FC in the UPSL Premier Division. Sorry for cutting you off there, Larry, but how are we doing tonight?
We're doing fantastic, Stephen. We got a great match here. Like you said, Legends trying to hang on at least to make it through the season out of the relegation zone. And then we also have Kalonji trying to see if they can find a way into championship material. You know, when they were with the UPSL Premier Division for 3 seasons, they were champions. They took last season off. They're back. Could they lift the trophy again? Only time will tell.
Yeah, certainly so. I mean, this is a team that certainly has some games in hand. This is the second of the 3 games they need to play this week in order to come level and complete their season of 10 matches. And unfortunately, a few stutters in there have prevented them from really being in control of their own destiny as far as the championship battle does go. But still, a lot to play for here tonight. Seems to be a little slippery on the pitch there. Wigan picks up the ball, plays it off to fellow striker Bryant on the ball. Has room on the left side, tries to cut it to his right. Oh, picked up going back. Great defensive challenge. Coming from a very deep position up the field. I believe that is whoever is filling in for Pavlotsky tonight. Now, I'm not shocked that Kalonji have some changes to the roster. They have been playing a lot, as they also do have another matchup Wednesday up against Atlanta City, potentially with some title. Should things go right for them, some title.
Yeah, because Kalonji does this every single season. They have they somehow end up with a game or 2 in hand going into the last week, and somehow they're always right there with the potential to win the championship.
Yeah, I mean, it's, like we said, it's a bit of a tall tale, but it certainly would be the Cinderella story of a lifetime if Kalonji could go ahead and clinch the regular season title. But once again, they need some help. They need North Georgia on Saturday to best their rivals, Dalton FC, up in that North Georgia derby. Then later on, they need a little bit of help from FC Birmingham, another title contender, up against Atlanta United FC. And if all that goes to plan, and if Kalonji win this match and the match on Wednesday, they would come from fairly long odds to be your spring season champions, rather. And a very nice first round bye. And finally a chance to rest some of these legs. Driving down the left side. Kalonji back on the ball. Find a little bit of room here on the left wing. Plays the ball across. Not going to find Paydirt. 26 collects this on the right side. Ball played over the top, very wide. Goes out to left wing once again. Oh, can we keep this in bounds? No, we cannot.
And I'm going to have to say, Stephen, as we come near the end of the season, when we talk about nominations for Coach of the Year, I have to give a nod to Coach Goldfarb at FC Birmingham, because at the beginning of the season, FC Birmingham were just off the pace. They really didn't have a striker, and Coach Goldfarb did some major changes there, wholesale changes at FC Birmingham, and somehow they find their way into the playoffs. They could end up, again, having a first seed home game.
And technically, too, if we really want to go off on an FC Birmingham, they are technically in the title race. I think they have even longer odds than Legends, obviously than Legends, but than Kalonji, because they need to win their match, and they need both Dalton and Kalonji to fail in their attempts to clinch the title. And only in that scenario could FC Birmingham find their way to a absolutely surprising title. But like you said, they got some great leadership over there that really turned the team around in the second half of the season. But, you know, Making it out of the regular season is one thing, but going for a title challenge or looking to make some noise in the playoffs is a completely different thing. Fumbling on the ball there. Oh, one back by Legends FC. Now back to Kalonji. Back to Legends FC. Back to Kalonji. Good defensive challenge from Kalonji. That should finally stop our back and forth contest of who's going to clear the ball this time. Picked up once again by Kalonji down the right wing. Kamdem back on the ball. Has Sumo far side and Okonkwo through the middle. Lexigo to the left wing. Played up to Okonkwo. Laid off once again. Oh, can't quite find. I believe that's Dante up there. Ball played back to the keeper. Gutierrez sends it flying. Not able to keep it in bounds, though, as it will be a Kalonji opportunity once again. And this is trying to highlight, really, what we've seen over the last few weeks from Kalonji is that they have very talented players, but sometimes their team coordination leaves a little something to be desired. It's more special moments from individuals than fantastic team play that gets them chances. Down here on the right side, come down, driving, he's happy to take a shot on the left foot, tries to just knock it past a few defenders. He's going to queue up himself, but no! It runs into another member of Kalonji, deflected by his own team. That is a winger, striker, in the truest sense of the word. He is an inside forward. He wants to put the ball in the back of the net himself.
And that's exactly what we were talking about in pregame, is that Kalonji right now, they're playing as 11 different individuals. They're not really playing as a squad. You really have to think about the fact that Kalonji lost most of their midfield, most of their main midfield last season with Tamimi, Tomasi, and Tiente all going to Atlanta United too. And that's really changed the definition of the team right there in the center of the pitch.
Yeah, and I mean, that's who you need to dictate the pace of play. Big ball over the top here from Legends FC will fall harmlessly to Plietes. Able to collect that one out of the back. Kalonji certainly having to constantly be adapting. Big ball down this right side. I think they've certainly found some solid midfielders to make up for that. Pavlotsky, usually when he's in, is a very box-to-box midfielder in the truest sense of the word. And I think White and Dante do a really good job of being that attacking midfielder, jumping from that midfield line and then being a threat going the other way. Don't quite get as much service as potentially they'd like with a lot of the front three for Kalonji just trying to take the chances themselves. But in a pinch, they'll be the ones to get you out of a rut. So certainly,
that's one thing that Kalonji has going for them, is they have such a large academy with their youth system that they just
options.
Produce players.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, when you're talking about a league like this, you have to be constantly assuming that you're going to lose some guys in the offseason. You have to constantly be planning for the future, and that's what helps out an org like this, and potentially is what an org like Legends, who definitely got a lot of backing behind them, but still are learning the ins and outs of the Premier Division, need to focus on going forward. Free kick, deep right position, in swinger, actually came very close to the goal, deflected off the hip of a member of Kalonji, but it looks like offsides will be the call. Would have been a very clever attempt. Not quite aimed at the wall of players on the free kick. Not quite aimed at the goalkeeper. And you can almost see the goalkeeper setter in there. So
that's one of those ones, as a keeper, you're happy to see that flag come up because the defense just kind of fell asleep there.
Certainly did. Now driving down the right side. Croxon on the ball. Tries to play it up. Gets it intercepted by Kalonji. Driving that ball forward. No one there at top of the midfield yet. Good challenge. Oh, just a little bit too much on it. Will send the ball all the way to the goalkeeper. Looks like there's a free kick call. Slight confusion as to the nature. Might have been
that was that challenge there that was right there in the center. Ended up going against Kalonji. But for Stephen, for the Legends as well as for UMA, this is a new thing to the UPSL Georgia division, where you have teams coming out of the southwest region.
Oh, that could be trouble. I see a handball. I don't know if the referee spotted it. Kalonji, that was a blatant handball if I've ever seen one. Kalonji potentially getting away with.
Let's take a look at it
murder,
and see
yeah.
if we can here real quick.
Yeah, let's look. I believe it's the outstretched hand of the defender here. Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely a handball. That should have been called. It was missed.
Yeah, Kalonji now breaking down the left side. Sumo going for it, jumps over the defender. I don't know if the defender got touch on the ball. Looked to be at least a little bit outside the box. Looks like he's going to claim that.
You know, this is exactly what happened in the last Kalonji match where we had a controversial no call that went right back into an attack for Kalonji. We'll take a look at this one as well.
Yeah, I mean, this one, it was a Legends FC going to ground, I guess, question. Or we'll look at the handball again.
That was the handball. Hold on.
But we'll watch here, driving on the left side. This is what the Wingers love to do. It looked like a sloppy play from here, but I will say the referee probably does have a slightly better angle onto the pitch. So looks like the claim was that it was a Legends last touch goal kick. Well, speaking of which, also another shove here in the midfield means that Legends FC are going to get a free kick middle of the pitch.
But just to finish that conversation that I had, so you got Legends and UMA down here in the Southwest region that are now showcasing players in the Southwest region, just like we had in the Southeast region in the fall with Dalton and North Georgia, and we're seeing such an improvement of players with Dalton at the top of the table and North Georgia right there at about the mid-table. I would expect maybe in the fall we could see that even happen for Legends as well as UMA, because I'm expecting UMA to get promoted into the division as they are so far ahead in Division 1.
UMA basically lapping the field down there in the first division. Wouldn't be shocked to see them as the newcomers. And you also mentioned fellow newcomers just this season, Dalton, who realistically, actually just in every sense of the word, are the front runners for the title. They, of course, will clinch the regular season title if they can defeat North Georgia up in Dalton. It'll be a heck of a match. We'll be bringing it to you live Saturday. And once again, Dalton win, and they get the title right then and there. Legends FC, though, cycling around the midfield. Really can't get it forward. Barrientos has had a really tough time. Now here to the left wing, and the race is on once again. What's going to happen? Sumo tries to go around his man, able to cut it over to the right foot. Lays it off finally for Camdam. Camdam takes a heavy touch. Looks to do it himself. Can't quite get the ball back into an attacking area. Launch down this left side. Here comes a race the other way. Heavy touch coming through. Wigan gets around it. Wigan's one-on-one with the keeper. He just can't get the ball under him. Legends FC, salvation just a touch away, but they can't quite get the ball under them. I mean, encouraging signs this early in the match, but also heartbreaking at the same time.
Legends should be up 1-0 at that point. That was a beautiful, beautiful ball.
Yeah.
The captain making a mistake there. Yeah. And that one should have went in the back of the net. We'll have to take another look at it. You can see right here.
Yeah. It's the second touch that confuses me. Yeah, he just gets past his man. He does the defender thing of trying to keep the arm out, trying to box him out, but he never really commits to it. And Wigan just goes straight through him back there. Very poor defensive play. Realistically, should have been a goal the other way, but it just looked like Wigan couldn't get his feet under him on that last touch. And
I want to say it was Carr is the one that got just enough of a defensive touch on it to help.
Yeah. All right, now down the right side. Okay, Camden.
You know, the only thing I would say about Sumo is he's so fast on the wing, but he always wants to come into the box before he takes a shot. He needs to be willing to take that shot out, and even if it's deflected, allow the other runner to make the pickup. Yeah,
certainly so, but we just saw Camden there taking the ball into a very wide position, just absolutely rips one about 20 yards wide.
And how many times did we see that at the last match?
A lot.
Where we just a little bit wide.
Oh, bad turnover here, straight to the middle of the pitch. The shot is gone, and the shot is in. Kalonji profile. They keep their title hopes alive.
Derek Boateng with a fantastic goal there. Take a look at it. Tell me what you see here.
Yeah,
Steven.
it's that rotating midfield. It just is able to come up with so many interception opportunities. Boateng just settles the ball under him. He gets a little bit of a clash with the defender just to keep the defender off his feet, and just as sweet as you like it, from right in front of the goal, nails one into the back of the net.
And that's one of the things that Boateng has always been known for here in the UPSL Georgia division. He used to be with Atletico Atlanta, who once were Jenga Atlanta, excuse me. And he was always a player that would break away, not be afraid to take a shot from 20, 30 yards out. Here's another run for Kalonji.
Yeah, they're going to feel confident after that one, driving through the middle once again, laying it off to that left side. Oh, almost finds it into the top of the box, but good play out of the holding midfielder. Good play again. Oh, can't quite get past multiple people. Barrientos loses the ball there. Kalonji driving down that right side. Driving, Camden tries to put a ball in across. Oh, but just takes a jump. Takes a bit of a nick going through. Can't quite find its way. Oh, very poor possession here from the holding midfielder and Barrientos, number 35. And once again, Kalonji smell blood in the water. Driving down the left side. Trying to skip past two people. Ends up losing possession. Croxon back the other way. Doesn't find its way through, but picked up by Fletcher Clifford. Fletcher can't find his way through. Finally gets up the field from Saleh. Played back to Fletcher. Gutierrez. Absolutely whiffs. That's a Guzman Guzan play if I've ever seen one. Cuts to the left foot. Oh! Forces a diving save. Finally, it looked like Himdem got a fantastic shot on goal. Forces an acrobatic save out of the Legends FC goalkeeper. But it just feels like these mistakes are just adding up.
And you see this, just a horrible ball out of the back of the keeper. Makes up for it with this sensational save.
Yeah. I'd say it has to basically pick that one out of the bottom corner, but a corner kick's already been played in short. Driving across. Oh, saved by the post! What an absolute bullet of a shot, but now we're down the right side. Can it be played in once again? Himdem can't find his way through traffic. Good defensive contribution there from Estes on that left side.
Look at
what
this
a
laser
rocket.
beam onto the post here. See, here's the save. We line up. We get ready for it.
Yeah.
Right at the top of the, just laser beamed.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal shot. This is what those wide players like to do. They like to cut in. Speaking of which, playing through this right side once again. Laying his back off. Step overs. Into the top of the box. Cleared out. Legends FC pretty lucky to still be one goal behind in this matchup now, potentially with a chance to break. Playing it far down. Ooh, playing it pretty far down the pitch. Looking for Brian. Brian gets a shove in the back that looked like from number 35, who I once again don't have an actual roster listing. Oh, that's Fiore. Fiore here. It looks like he's playing that right-sided center back maybe.
That'll be a yellow card for both sides so far. With 30 on Legends picking up the yellow card earlier.
There is no 30 on Legends.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah. But
Somebody got a yellow.
That foul there was the result of, I noticed Grant Carr, the center back, all the way up front on that attack.
Yeah.
So they didn't, Kalonji not having anything on the back.
Yeah, Legends FC with a free kick in a potentially dangerous position. Oh, just tries to loft it in, but if there's one thing Kalonji has, it's a bunch of very tall men. Speaking of which, flanking down this left side, room to run. Oh, can't quite get it past the defense. Saleh, good contribution coming out of that central defender position. The middle of that back three. It's cut out Kalonji attacks on more times than once. Potential room here to play on the right wing. Condemn on the ball, lays it off. Miscommunication, but picked up nicely. Driving down this right side. Played across. Dante over to the left. Big ball over the top. Room to run, but not enough room to pick up the ball. Collects it right at the far post. Cutting us in. Quick feet. Condemn trying to play through two separate defenders. Very active defending coming from Legends FC. Legends will win the ball in a defensive position.
And you know, Steven, if there's one thing that I could say to the Legends staff is they need their squad to communicate better. You're just not hearing guys talking to each other, knowing where each other are on the pitch. They need to do a better job.
Yeah, and also potentially a little bit more defensive solidarity. But here, they're going to be trying with the offense. Here comes Bryant looking for the ball. Goes on with the keeper. Keeper can't bring it down. Over the head. Oh, can't get it on target. Would have been a very fancy chance. Bryant going shoulder to shoulder with the keeper, able to win the ball, but just can't put the ball on net. Very scary situation there.
A bit audacious. Check this out. Nice ball over the top. It's able to get around the defender.
Horrifically controlled.
Tried a makeshift bicycle over the keeper, just not able to.
I don't know if he had both wheels on that. That was like a unicycle kick.
Yeah,
that
was or maybe like a scooter.
Yeah, something like that.
Scooter
ball
or something there.
Over the top once again. Oh, terrible back pass. 1-on-1 with the keeper. Keeper comes out of the box, but he clears it with the feet. Oh, just goes to ground. Aquanquo, I believe that was, who almost finds the ball on a absolutely horrific back pass from Estes, who just doesn't get enough on the ball. And, oh, you can already feel the nerves here for Legends FC.
You know, Estes, one of the player coaches for Legends FC, that was just a horrid hospital ball.
That is certainly a case of do as I say, not as I do for Legends FC's player coach there. Ball going down the left side, looking for a ball across, top of the box, no one's there. Cleared away, had time to take a touch, ends up sending it pretty direct over top. Not controlled very well. Kalonji pokes it forward, but not able to maintain possession.
Steven, take a look at this. Just horrendous ball here from Estes.
Yeah, he just tops the ball, and I mean, good for the goalkeeper to know that he has to go with his feet, not with his hands. Gets a little bit lucky on the bounce, I think, but once he sees that ricochet, he's able to bring it back. And now
he was right at the top of the box too. He's so lucky that he didn't get called for a touch outside of the box.
Yeah, I mean that's why thankfully it was smart that he went with the legs. Meneses tries to play down that right wing. Not able to find Pater that side. Anderson's going to have to retreat into his wingback position. But now we go across. Gamdam, he's being one man. He's got one on the inside. No, he's taking it on his own. Look at those strides. Look at that run. Oh, it just gets away from him. Takes an elbow to the face. But it's going to be Legends who stick onto the ball. But that is Kalonji's DNA right there. It is not what's the pass. It is how do I take this shot. Other side looking to the striking partnership out of Wigan, and Brian Wigan not able to maintain possession of the ball. That's number 26, Forster.
So let's look
right
at that.
back who's able to clear that ball away.
Look at that foul that just happened just a second ago. You can see Estes and Kalonji fighting for that ball.
Ooh.
A little bit of a tug back and forth on both of them.
Yeah. But you gotta be careful there because it was an elbow coming up towards the face. Maybe it's not worth a yellow card. Maybe it's not, well, probably not worth a red card for sure. But you got to be careful with that. I want to at least see a talking to from the referee. Legends FC playing it down this right side, looking for the overlap. Going to be cleared away pretty competently. Legends so far really haven't found much progress when they've gotten the ball into the final third. They want to lure Kalonji forward and then play over the top, which I've certainly seen. But so far, that sustained attack just isn't there for him.
Yeah, and it's one of the things that we talked about in the beginning at the pregame. Legends at the beginning of the season were so good at press, and I really just am not seeing it right now.
Barrientos over the ball with a bit of alignment questions for the referee on the flag. He's going to be putting this one in towards the box. In swinger. Oh, pawed away by the goalkeeper.
We get to do it again.
Yeah, I don't think that was exactly going in for an Olympicos, but at least getting that touch prevents anyone from Legends FC coming along and stealing that one. Plietes, so far, not challenged. Ball's coming in swinger once more. Finds way to the back post. Oh, it's a shot, but it is nowhere near on goal. That's holding midfielder. Barrientos tries to go for the shot. Gets picked up on the other side and straight into the side netting. Legends FC, not their greatest chance in the world, but it was an option.
they're somewhat in this match. I mean, they're trying. You see this ball just hit across the field. And this one just slams into the side netting.
Yeah, they're definitely more wishes than actual shots on goal. But, you know, sometimes you just need to put the ball up there. You can't score a shot you do not take. Miscommunication in the attacking third will lead to a turnover. Nikiaras on the left wing back, not quite able to find his teammate there in the middle of the pitch, not able to link up with Bryant.
I'm starting to see Legends get a little bit bunched together into small pockets of the pitch, which is going to allow Kalonji to spread this field out, and they're going to end up getting away with some easy avenues.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely so Legends are coming out in the 3-5-2. The two are sitting on the back line. That makes sense, especially against a back four of Kalonji, assuming the fullbacks push up. You have two strikers in one-on-one situations. That's a pretty good recipe for finding through balls, but everyone else is behind the ball. They have a fluid five that they can kind of compress and expand and compress and expand, and then in theory you still have the back three behind. So, but it's not really playing to Kalonji's strengths right now because it's a sustained possession here in the midfield with quick breaks the other way, not really giving them time to really enable that midfield press to come through. We'll have to see how Kalonji's legs. Oh, speaking of which, Kalonji find a great breakthrough all the way to the right side. Condemn might be looking to rip one through. Can't quite turn the ball back across. Unique defending.
Estes just doing everything he can there to just win a foul.
Yeah, very interesting, to say the least. But sometimes you need to get crazy. You need to get a bit interesting to keep Kalonji out of the back of the net, and this is definitely not the easy road for any wide defender.
We'll take a look at that.
Defending against those wingers time and time again. Yeah, let's take another look.
We'll take a
It's looking here at the UPSL Premier Division.
That was interesting.
It was very interesting.
That shouldn't be there. Excuse me.
And that's how we defend against viewership.
We'll reset.
Yeah, well, we'll watch here on the pitch. Kalonji Pro Profile, a little bit more of a sustained build-up. Able to find good pay dirt here in the middle. Flung out to the left side, left fullback. Drives up the pitch, has the overlap. Oh, such a cheeky ball trying to play inside of that wing back. Not quite able to find their way through. One in the midfield by Dante, played out wide, played even wider. Overlaps on, doesn't take it, turns inside, played across. A lot of space here in the middle of the pitch. Played far down that right side, Kemdem. It's not a great angle, but he does have a good position. That ball just dribbles over the touch line. And
we'll take a look at that again. We got that fixed. Apologize about that little screw up there.
Yeah, perfect. Watching.
Let's hold on. We're just having all sorts of fun things today. Let's do this again.
All right, well, as we wait for attempt number 3, we have a goal kick coming for Legends FC. Nope. Let's try this replay. There we go.
See this battle here? Look at this.
Yeah, I mean,
just able to win enough.
That is a defender who knows who he's up against.
Exactly. Well, you know, one of the things I'm noticing is Legends are trying to play a finesse game, and that's not easy to do against Kalonji.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think it's interesting to see exactly what they're doing. I mean, they're just trying to launch balls over, and they're hoping that Kalonji just make mistakes for them, which, to be fair, if you give your opponent enough times, they will make a mistake, especially when they are tired, like players who literally just played on Tuesday. But they have a very direct, a very practical style. That's going to be an offside position. Good work from the back line of Legends FC to cut that attack out.
And I'm already noticing a change in the formation for Kalonji. Sumo's gone from the left side to the right side.
Yeah, well, seeing what they can do to keep testing these wide players. Yeah, and you can see Sumo here at the near side of your screen will be slotting in at the right wing. No substitutions just yet, so it is more of a matchup change. Maybe they think that, or maybe they want to give Kimdem, when he cuts inside, they want him on his right foot maybe. Potential reason for the change. Ball in over the top, just won't find Bryant here on that left striker's position. Right, that's actually not to Brian. That's to left wing back Nicarasas. Not a lot of heavy pressing coming out of Legends. They don't want to engage as far up the pitch, giving them a little bit of room over the top. Now looking here, left side, Condemn. Oh, he's just got miles of space. Look here in the midfield. He can lay it off or he could take it. Ends up ripping the shot. Oh, and he goes wide. He has support on the inside and at the far post, albeit not acres of space. But he tries to go for the solo effort again, and again the scoreline stays at 1-0. What a lovely ball through this left side, just right through the channel. Oh, and I don't even think it takes a deflection. I think he just puts it wide.
If he would have just laid it off, that would have been an easy goal.
Is Camden left-footed or right-footed? Because every shot I've seen him, it's been left-footed. Even from that position, he took it left-footed.
If he is, then he should always be on that left side and Sumo be on the right.
Well, it depends on whether they want him to be inverted or not. Because I think they're playing inverted.
That's true.
Because so far, all he's done is he's cut inside and shot. Here he is once again. You know he's going to shoot. He cuts to that left foot. Oh, yeah, he's inverted. Yeah. Okay, so maybe here's my theory. Maybe they put him on the left side because they want him to take less shots, but it's not working. So typically, ladies and gentlemen, with wingers, if you want them to be true wingers, which is their main job is to get to the touchline and then cross, you want their strong foot to be their outside foot because that's the easiest to find across. If you want them to cut in and take a shot, you want their strong foot to be their inside foot because it's easier to cut inside and then rip a shot. So if Kemdem is on the left side, if he cuts to the right, his right foot is his shooting foot, but he's still trying to take shots with the left. So very welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to UPSL 101. I am Professor Steven. Ball deflected out, not far enough. Plenty of time to take the shot, but just puts it wide. Kalonji stay at 1-0. So I guess the summary of what I've been saying is interesting movement. I don't like it, but I'm curious to see what it's trying to enable.
Yeah, I think it's one of those where I think the guys on Kalonji are expecting that they should be up far more than they are right now. So they're just kind of making it up as
over
they go.
Here. Kalonji, some room to run, but can't quite stop from tripping over themselves. Low block for Legends FC. Legends able to play this across. They've got some decent numbers up here. Both strikers running at their solo defenders one-on-one. Here comes Brian. He's just not able to get on the end of the ball. Kalonji picked up. And that's the danger that Legends are trying to make. Because right there, when you get the defense and strikers into one-on-one matchups, it's so much easier to beat one guy than it is to beat two that the Kalonji members are basically having to do down here on the wings.
Yeah, the Legends, it looks like if they could just find their way into the back of the net, then you could see them get far more
that is an
feel like that they could do it.
Yeah, that is an interesting position taken up by Barrientos, number 35, the holding midfielder. But looks like Legends, maybe they're starting to poke and prod a little bit into a higher press. They have so many men behind the ball here that they realize they're giving Kalonji too much time to pick out those passes. Speaking of which, Camden down the left side. He's on the inside once again. Can he find the shot? Plays it across. What is this witchcraft? And it's a goal! Kalonji profile. Camden with the Jamie Tart arc finds the pass and gets the assist. Well put away by Sumo. And you can even tell the goalkeeper wasn't expecting that. He was like, all right, this guy's gonna finish. But
another mistake by the defense allows the ball to get through. One-time shot for Sumo. All he had to do was place it into the back of the net. 2-0. Kalonji profile.
Sumo, great run down that other side. He doesn't get caught watching when that ball is found on the left side. The left side of the Legends FC defense certainly does. And with that, that's the easiest goal you will see tonight, ladies and gentlemen. 2-0 up for Kalonji profile as they keep their playoff. They're already in the playoffs. Keep their championship hopes alive here tonight.
Yeah, and Legends right now, their defense is really costing them, as we've seen both goals.
Yeah, they have so many men back. They're playing those wingbacks as defensive wingbacks. They have a holding midfielder, and they're still not marking these runs. That is extremely worrying to see. Now to say, these are probably some of the best wingers you're going to see in UPSL. So
And
It's not against nobody, but questions potentially for the setup here. So much invested in defense that just isn't paying dividends.
And it's one thing to take on a defensive, to be a defensive wingback, and to take on a team such as a Vino Tinto, an LGSA.
Yeah.
But when you got to take on a powerhouse like Kalonji, you know that they're going to attack you again and again and again.
Yeah, Legends FC try to play that ball down the side. Doesn't look like they get it. Kalonji able to see the ball out. Goal kick for Plietes. I'm just trying to think of what the options would be for Legends FC. If I'm the coach for Legends, I'm almost saying, all right, look, wingbacks. You're up against some of the most technical, fast wingers in the league. Your job the entire night is just to play one-on-one with them. You're not really engaging on the attack. That is what our two strikers are for. Just lock them down. If you can just keep with them, give time for the rest of your defense to help, that's how you can potentially calm down Kalonji a little bit. But I think you mentioned it before, they're just not talking, and the wingbacks and the wide center backs aren't talking. It's leaving a channel for those wingers to run, and that is just pay dirt every single time for Kalonji.
Well, and at this point, these teams have to know that a player like Anthony Sumo is going to be a powerhouse. He's going to be a goal scorer for Kalonji.
Yeah.
And they need to have a man on him at all times.
Yeah, big ball over the top. Good defensive header. Only thing preventing Kalonji from going yet another goal ahead. Throw in comes as Kalonji holds their ground in the middle of the pitch. Sumo didn't mean to do that, but it's going to work nonetheless. Driving on this right side. Oh, just gets away from him. White. It looked like Sumo tries to lay the ball off to someone behind him. The Legends FC player puts it forward to White, and White says, "Don't mind if I do," but then loses the ball. So slightly less good.
Yeah, because you watching that in that play, he makes his way into the box, and then as the ball gets away from him, he just kind of goes more at the man than he does at the ball.
Yeah. I mean, these are physical players. That is also part of Kalonji's style. They will either out technical you or they will out physical you. That is the two things they will do. They won't out team play you, but they will outwork you.
Well, there's a reason why they've been last spring they were the third place national team. They made it all the way to the Final Four.
Far to the right, down here to the center, laid off, good touch forward, could be looking for a shot on goal, laid back to that far side. Absolute rainbow of a cross coming through. Sumo on the ball. Gets past the man, puts the ball into the back post. Oh, no one can go up to head that, though. Really nice move, plus cross coming across from Sumo. Nobody home to collect. Legends FC still with a lot of work to do here in the defense.
And, Steven, you've been able to call the matches up in Riverbend Park and watch North Georgia and how they play. They do such a good job of having the ball out on the wing and passing it into the box for the back post goal. They really could put on a master class on teaching teams like Kalonji that getting that ball to a proper feet so that you can get that easy tap-in goal.
You can tell that Kalonji don't exactly spend the entirety of their practice days on the cross.
No, I don't think there's much set-piece work at practice.
No, but I mean, when you have guys who are just talented in playing very direct, straight to goal route number one, I mean, you don't really need to.
Yeah.
UPSL, you don't quite need to be the Swiss Army knife of a team. You really just need to know what you do well and just focus on it. And teams that do that are typically the teams that find the most way through. Offsides on the far side there. A little too early on the run.
Didn't get that ball to him quick enough.
Yeah, I mean, looked a little off balance when that ball was put forward. Speaking of which, Legends FC, they're blistering forwards here, and they actually have the numbers advantage with multiple members of Kalonji holding back. Moving down that right side, looking for the run. Crocs on. Oh, can't quite control the ball. Only cleared out to the second line. Absolutely swarmed by members here now. Looking to the right side, playing back across, turning inside. Once again, just can't part the sea of Legends. Wigan can't find his way through, but will still be a Legends throw. Barrientos gives up the ball. And Kalonji move forward once again. High press does nothing here for Kalonji. No, for Legends. Maybe a little bit of pressure coming through. But will still be the free kick for Kalonji. And as we enter the 45th minute here of the matchup, Legends FC trailing Kalonji Pro Profile 2-0. Coming up on halftime, Kalonji driving once again, finds the right side. Here Sumo has an overlap available. He's going to take it himself, actually lays it off to the overlap. Here comes Forster. Big defensive challenge coming in from Saleh. Well, Rowan will prevent the attacking opportunity, but Kalonji still with the throw in here in an aggressive situation. Forster on the ball. Has Sumo. Sumo's able to pick it up. Fancy footwork. Played across. Nobody in the top of midfield for him. Meneses played back. Barrientos swarmed. Played back. Estes. Ball all the way across. Finds nobody but some red and black shirts. Here comes a drive forward. He's got some pace on him. Looks to drop it off to the left side. Here comes Kimdem. He picks it up, far corner. Stepped on, still goes. He's at the top of the box. Might be looking to cut it in for a shot himself. Looks to lay it off. Ball played way back to the other side. He's got some midfield assistance. Played back once again. Kalonji recycling. Ball up the wing once more. Trying to drive across. He gets on the inside. Puts a beautiful ball across the box. Nobody even there to pick it up. Every defender just kind of says, how do you do, sir, and lets it go. But, whoo, that is not what you want to see as a goalkeeper.
Not at all. Let's first take a look at that really dangerous challenge tackle just a few seconds ago.
Strong does not begin to describe it. He gets ball. But
he gets ball, but it's in a dangerous, dangerous position.
That's one of those statement tackles. That is a tackle where you want the opposition to know you are not afraid to go in for a rough one. Keeps it legal, which is good, but it's certainly one that Kalonji are going to remember. Maybe buys you that half second of hesitation from the attackers, but I mean, I don't know. Versus Kalonji, that's a pretty good group of guys who aren't afraid to get it rough from time to time. So we'll have to see. Ball played forward. Once again, just breaking the defensive line. Driving that left side. Good overlap. Camden picks it on the left foot. It is good. It's goal! Right in the dying moments of the first half. Kalonji Pro Profile. They make it 3-0.
I think they're listening to us, Stephen, because now they're starting to work together on these attacks. Look at this one here. Ball forward, perfectly onside. Makes his way. And then he just dumps it off right as the running come in. Camden easily slots that again with his left foot.
Yeah, and this is almost the exact opposite of what we said with the attack from Legends. With 3 attacking members for Kalonji and a back 3 for Legends FC, there is no wiggle room. Holding midfielders not staying back. Wing backs aren't coming back to defend. And I'm getting the sneaking feeling that they're trying to play an offsides trap, and they are just getting beaten time and time again as referee blows time for halftime. Kalonji Pro Profile going to be going into the half with a healthy 3-0 lead, keeping their championship title hopes alive. Larry, final thoughts before we throw it to break.
Exactly what I would say coming into this match, what we expected. We expecting to see Kalonji come away with a victory here. They were a little bit discombobulated the first 25 minutes or so, but they've really gotten professional and really put it on in these last 15 minutes.
I think, the first 15 minutes they were throwing some jabs, looking for the holes in the armor, and they have found it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to throw to a quick halftime. Make sure you get yourself some snacks during the break, and also during the break, don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that bell notification icon for our ASMG channel so you can be notified whenever we go live. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back with the conclusion to this thrilling contest. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Henry Selden Field here in Northgate, Georgia. And welcome back to tonight's heated matchup between Kalonji Pro Profile and Legends FC, where Kalonji currently lead 3-0, keeping their championship hopes alive. My name's still Stephen Johnson. I'm still joined by Larry. Quick update and correction for you all at home. We got a little bit confused with the roster sheets. It's not actually Kemdem on the right wing. Well, now the left wing is number 6. That is John A. Lamin John A. So he currently, I believe, has a goal and assist to his name. So phenomenal stuff, and we'll have to keep our eyes on how he continues tonight. Speaking of tonight, we talked a little bit about Kalonji and their race for the title, but let's look at the table and take a look at where this match leaves Legends FC. Big thing to note here is that a loss tonight would keep them at 6 points heading into their final match. Every team plays 10 matches in that MP column. And they're going to be up against LGSA in that final day. So already with a -3 goal differential on the night would put them at the worst goal differential of the bottom 3. Including onto that, they're up against LGSA, and even a draw from Vinotinto and a win from LGSA could actually lead to Legend FC's relegation from the league. It's still their destiny to control, but I'd say control is slipping through their fingers at just an inch at a time, and even a single consolation goal would help that scenario. The more goals you get tonight, the more of a buffer you'll have going into that final day. Speaking of that final day and the final match week, let's take a quick look at the matches left to be played, and let's look at the other end of the table. Obviously, right now you're watching us here live at ASMG in the UPSL Premier Division for Georgia. We've got Kalonji Pro Profile versus Legends FC coming up right now. Later in the weekend, once we get to Saturday, we have some heated matchups. Vinotinto tried to get themselves out of the relegation zone. A point versus Rovers would be enough to give them a chance of victory, would give them safety. Then later at 7 p.m., North Georgia United versus Dalton United could be the crowning match for Dalton United. A win from them would give them a guaranteed title for the regular season. If that doesn't happen, a little bit further down the table, Atlanta United Academy and Birmingham Atlanta United could secure the title if Dalton failed to win their Saturday at 7 p.m. game. And then just an hour later, Legends FC versus LGSA. There's the relegation match we're talking about. LGSA need a win. Anything less, they go down to Division 1. And Legends FC, a single point would still give them safety. And, of course, if neither Atlanta United Academy nor Dalton United are able to clinch the title on Saturday and Sunday, then we go to Wednesday, where Atlanta City make a last gasp for the playoffs, and Kalonji Pro Profile, they may have their opportunity to claim a Cinderella story of a title. That, ladies and gentlemen, is all the wackiness going on here in the UPSL silly season. And it's quite a ride, Larry. I don't know how we keep up with it. It's got to be more stressful for the players who have to play these final matches with that entire matrix in their mind.
Well, would it not be fitting for this silly season that we've had for the last match of the last bit be the one that could be the title?
It would be something. I mean, it'll be nice going into that Wednesday match. We'll either have already given the title out, or we would know for certain what are the 2 teams left in contention. If we go to Wednesday, that means Kalonji is still on the board. The other one could be Dalton. The other one could be Atlanta. The other one could be FC Birmingham with the absolute gambler's favorite odds of like 1,000,000 to 1. Yeah, it's still technically on the table. Ladies and gentlemen, looking here at the sidelines for the match, it looks like we may have a few substitutions to make. That is Okonkwo, number 14, standing on the sidelines. Fiore is walking onto the pitch. Wouldn't be shocked to see him continuing in this matchup. John A is on the near side.
And Spencer Sue is going to be in goal for Kalonji, taking Henry out.
Yeah, looking to get Sue some playing time in the goalkeeping position. Yeah, good first half from Henry. Don't think he was called on too much, but when he was, he did his job. And realistically, is there anything more you can ask from a goalkeeper? And with that, ladies and gentlemen, all that in mind, this game is certainly Kalonji's to lose. Legends, any goal would go a long way to helping them in their fight against relegation. A single point A miracle comeback of 3 goals would be enough, as the referee is counting how many players are on the pitch.
So he
I think
blew
they're
his
lacking one.
He blew his whistle, and then he...
Wait. 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're lacking somebody. Somebody's about to come on the pitch. They are missing a player. All right, number 22 is coming to the game. We'll let you guys know who that is, ladies and gentlemen, in just a second. Looks like we had some sort of substitution. My guess is in the midfield. Nicholas Amawako is coming into the match. My guess is either Dante or White have come off, as they also were participating in the match Tuesday. That also looks like Pavlotsky in the back. I don't know if he'd slot in as a fullback, as a center back, though. So I guess, long story short, we'll keep you posted, ladies and gentlemen, with what's happening here in the matchup. Yeah, that is the hair. I don't even have to look at his number. I just see the hair, and I know that's Pavlotsky. He typically slots in as a holding midfielder. So my guess is both Dante and White have finished their match tonight. Big ball over the top. Looks to be Conquo at the end of that. Going to have to lay it off.
That was a great run there by Sumo. Just couldn't get the ball up to him.
Yeah, certainly so. Legends FC trying hard to play out of the back. Curious to see what substitutions they made. Oh, horrible mistake. That's going to fall directly to Johnny. Tries to rip a shot with the left foot. He's still on the left wing, so more of the supportive side than the attacking best position for him to strike side. Fortunately, can't curl that ball around to get him on goal. And also, ladies and gentlemen, we do apologize with the... I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of the Kalonji jerseys because I just can't read their numbers anymore.
Well, they're not the typical ones that they normally wear. You would expect either their reds or their whites, but with Legends wearing white, they elected to go with these different bronze looks, and they are very difficult to read.
Yeah, like you'd at least hope a brighter color for the numbers would make it a little bit easier to read, but well, I guess we'll pass that info along to their kit designer. But their team is currently the ones on the pitch getting work done. All right, let's look at these midfielders for Kalonji. Three
that
still
was
in.
That's horrendous throw-in by Grant Carr.
Oh, that was miserable.
That ball didn't even go behind his back of the head. It just...
Ooh. Also on midfielder watch, Kim Deem actually does seem to be in the game finally. He is number 25.
I think 45 for Legends got a yellow card for dissent.
Nice. Big ball over the top. That looked very offsides. Referee's going to agree. Coming together from the goalkeeper.
Offside.
Yeah. You could kind of see he does the thing that a lot of the refs do now because of VAR, and that's like wait to put it up. But you could see it in his eyes that he was getting ready to raise that flag.
It's one of those things that is just so dangerous because you end up with a possibility like that. Two players going for it. One could end up getting injured.
Yeah.
And it's all about that delay. And it's like sometimes it'd be better to just instantly call it.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so I'm gonna make the guess here. I haven't seen Dante on the pitch. I'm going to make the prediction that Dante is off, Pavlotsky is in. And then I don't see White either. So I think White's off. And that means, finally, we've been saying his name all night, Kim Dem's in the game. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you to this game of Can You Spot the Players? It's a classic here in ASMG.
You know, it's unfortunate. One of the products of fourth-tier soccer. You know, organizations
we got
are
some work
still
to do.
getting all the bits and bobs together for how to present it.
Yeah. You know, putting together a roster sheet's pretty hard.
Yeah.
Well, we'll hope for their improvement over time, but tonight we'll do what we can. Very aggressive words being spoken here from Legends FC. I would be shocked if Meneses, number 10, was having some harsh words with the ref. That was a yellow card? Or did he just have his hands up to say play? I think he just has his hands up to say play.
I'd say I didn't see plastic, but...
Yeah. So, yeah, it looks like some tensions potentially boiling over here. Meneses up that left side. Trying to go around him. Wiggand not able to find the ball. Ball's still back there. Going to be going right back to that right side. Played in the middle. Pavlotsky. One of our favorite holding midfielders here. Big ball played. Just going to switch the point of attack. Pavlotsky checking in. Room way out to the right side. Decides to go in the middle. Turning that around. Playing down the right wing. Okonkwo on the ball. Big shoulder-to-shoulder action. Looks to be kept in bound from Legends FC. And it looks like maybe they're trying to bring these wingbacks back. Anderson basically playing as part of a back four now. So potential defensive substitution or seven movements. Keeping Kalonji at bay for now. We also see Barrientos currently playing a striker's position, which is not where he's used to playing.
Yeah, definitely some wholesale changes on the Legends side.
I haven't seen anyone subbed for Legends, so it looks more
formationally.
Maybe a little bit of total football. Just fill in the spaces you need. There's our other normal striker. Bryant tries to lay it off, gets laid off himself. Ball played down the left side here. Good pass through. John A. Just can't find it all the way. Legends FC maintaining. Meneses playing down this right side. A little bit of time on the ball. Can't play it up, but is picked up in the midfield. Yeah, it looks like Bryant has checked into a very holding position. It almost looks like Bryant and Barrientos has switched positions here for Legends. Maybe needing a little bit more quick feet in the midfield. But we will see. Wiggins still helping the lead the line.
Could this be one of those cases where, you played too much Football Manager?
I mean, I would always argue that that's never really an issue, but... Oh, Bob top the box. Shot at goal! Oh, forces the save! Oh, looks like man on the left side was just in an offside position, so wasn't able to find anything back. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Too much tinkering sometimes upsets a team's ability. And I mean, they're playing a very risky style. They were playing direct. You kind of do have to play within the bounds of the system you've got. You only got so many players. You don't have three reserve teams now cutting in from the right side. Dangerous ball across. Almost gets the last touch on it. Legends FC once again keeping the game at 3-0 by the absolute skin of their teeth. Quickly played down the left side. Ball in across. Keeper unable to get to it. That may be an own goal. And it is, ladies and gentlemen. That is 4-0 for Kalonji.
There's going to be a conversation with the
official. Yeah, Okonkwo has some strong words as well.
We've got everything queued, so we'll take a look at it here in just a minute.
Yeah, let's while they're discussing, do we want to check that replay real quick? Okay, you do that, and I'll keep my eyes peeled on the refs.
All right, so if we take a look at what just transpired, you see a quick corner taken. Gets it over to Carr. Carr puts it into the box. Amialko just gets a foot on it, and they are going to call that offsides.
Yeah, it looked like – who got a foot on it? Was it Okonkwo?
I think that was Amialko.
Okay. Well, either way, it's not going to be enough. Offside position taken up. I mean, that's a tricky call one way or another.
But we have a substitute coming on for Kalonji.
27. Do we have that number?
While we're doing that, we'll take a look at that first opportunity.
We do not have that number.
In all of that action, you can see here, ball slotted over to the right to the center. Great save by the keeper.
Yeah.
And that one goes out for what was the throw that got all of that going in that direction.
All right, so number 27 checks into the game for Kalonji. Not sure who came out, not sure who came on. Just another day in the life of a UPSL commentator, ladies and gentlemen. Kalonji playing down the right side, once again looking to beat the defense. Big shoulder challenge. Both of them get back on their feet. Still driving through. That is a dangerous challenge, but still gets the ball. Shot on goal, and it's in! Kalonji make it 4-0. Referee says no PK. Okonkwo says no worries. Actually, that's not Okonkwo. That's number 22. Amiyoko.
We'll take a look at that. You see this hard challenge up here at the top. Another challenge against Sumo. Amiyoko just gets it right by the keeper. The keeper slides to do it, but just can't keep it out of the box. And it is 4-0.
Yeah, this has been a rough night for Legends FC, and I think this is really, unfortunately, this is what we've seen from them all season. They have one kind of style. It's that direct kind of play, and if they can't make it work, they tend to collapse versus bigger teams.
There's moments that I've seen them that they've looked really interesting.
You and Andre absolutely love these guys.
Well, when we watched them at the beginning of the season, and this is what we talked about at pregame, when we watched them at the beginning of the season, they did really, really good at a high press and were able to dictate play in early matches, and then they would start to fall off because of the quality of the players. And it was one of those that's like they have an idea if they can just get the players that can continue that idea.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting conversation. I think, the wins that they have on the board are versus Vinatito and are versus City. And it seems like teams that they can unsettle with that high press, they tend to fare pretty well on. But the problem is if they don't unsettle them, they're really relying on their opponents to make a mistake. And a team like Kalonji have been calm as you like at the back. Big ball over the top. Great play in here. Oh, takes a heavy touch and able to clear it away very competently by Fletcher Clifford here as that right side center back. And yeah, I mean, I think there's a debate between do you play to a style you want to upkeep or do you play to what your players are and what you have. There's not really a right answer. But there is a right answer to who's coming to the game, number 2 for the Legends FC side. We do have that number. 32 and 21 also checking in. So number 2, we don't have that number. I got so excited. They gave us this fancy sheet, and we don't have that number.
We do see that the captain for Kalonji, Tasha, number 5, coming off.
Fiore's coming off. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is an interesting situation for Kalonji. We talked about before that they just have such a heavy match schedule that, when you're 4-0 up, rotate. Give other guys some time.
And you have to remember that not only are they playing in the UPSL, they're also playing in the MLS Next League.
Exactly.
And they just have game after game after game.
Yeah, ball played up top to Barrientos. Heavy press coming through. May have an opportunity. Oh, just don't have the team play to find it. That is a poor challenge coming through from number 35 of Kalonji. Number not found. Honestly, shocked there's no card on that one. That looked like he came through the back of a man.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that really quick. You can see here battling for the ball.
Yeah, three members on him.
And just comes through from behind. That's just awful.
This is a very charitable ref here tonight. He does not want to upset the flow of play, but there are some brutal challenges coming in tonight. But free kick potential for Legends FC. As we mentioned before, every goal could count coming into our battle for relegations. Obviously, right now, just a successful season for Legends FC, I feel, has to be just survival. Going up against Long Stay team, who are in absolute terrible shape nowadays. LGSA, and then last week going to be it's going to be a tale of two teams for sure. That monstrous long-term squad in LGSA versus Legends, who are kind of new kids on the block here. Ball played over the top, goes directly for goal. Good save from Zhu, and able to deflect and cover that ball. Almost gives up a deflection, but able to smother. Well played there from the second-string goalkeeper out of Kalonji.
Yeah, that's.
Only things he's been asked to do tonight.
You say you have to look at the first half. Keeper really didn't have much work to do.
Nah.
Sue comes on and makes just an absolute great
Yellow
save.
card awarded. I don't see. Once again, this is the problem. We don't really know the numbers. We don't really know who just got a yellow card, but somebody got a yellow card.
We'll take a look at it and see if we can see who it was.
Maybe the hand was a bit high to the face. Honestly, I feel like that's less deserving of a yellow card than the last one, but hey, beggars can't be choosers, I suppose. Barrientos, who did have the last free kick, who put it on goal. I believe he's slightly closer now. So I'd be shocked if this is going anywhere but directly on target. Every member of Legends has to be thinking crash the net, crash the net, crash the net, except for the 4 defensive members still behind him.
And one of the things also to note is, the Legends, you look at them as a whole, their reserve team, they're sitting tied for second place.
Here we go.
So far.
2 members standing over it. Ball goes over top. Oh, it hits the goalkeeper! Legends FC! Yeah, you got to put it in the right place for it to go in, and it does. That's not Barrientos who takes the shot. It's number 10. Menez says, oh, lordy, we're going to have to watch a replay of that. It's a goalkeeper's worst nightmare.
What a consolation goal, though, for Legends. Look at this. Lines up, takes it on the corner, just bounces off the looked like it hit the post and then hit the keeper and went in.
Yeah, I don't know whether or not you got a finger to it. May have pushed it onto the post bar, or may have just hit there naturally. But then it deflects at such an angle that it hits the goalkeeper midair, and then goes off his backside into the net. I'll be straight, there is nothing you can do about that as a goalkeeper. So that's just unfortunate to see. But I mean, phenomenal placement for the Legends FC midfielder, who do get them on the board. I still feel like 3 goals in 29 minutes is a tall ask, but we are in silly season. It's the time for magic, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have to see whether that first strike will spur Legends FC on. Drive down the left side for Kalonji, who've been kept fairly quiet in this second half rather. Did have 1 goal pretty early on, but I mean, comparatively to how they finished the first half, it hasn't been as completely dominant. Legends have found their way at least a little bit more onto the ball, potentially as due to the movement of some players. Bryant moving back a little bit. Barrientos moving up top. In fact, Barrientos is currently about 10 yards offside, but Kalonji quarter coming in, sails over the team. Push in the back seems to be the call, and it will be a free kick for Legends FC. Gutierrez lining up. Big ball over the top. Finds its way onto the wing. Not quite finding its way through the defense. Throw in coming shortly. Quick free kick taken. Legends FC moving forward as a unit. Collected in the midfield. Heavy touch. Oh, just can't find it on that left side. Nicaras, who is playing as that left side of wingback, he doesn't know whether to take the touch and come inside or let it roll outside. Gets caught in the middle and unfortunately not able to find anything. Kalonji now in the build-up. Ball played into the midfield. Good collection. Strong midfield play. Able to lay it off. Here's Pavlotsky. He's got 3 runners in front of him. Immediately plays it off to his left side. And here comes the drive down the left wing. Cuts to the inside. Has an outside overlap. Going to be laying it off. Cutting it back across. No, goes to the touchline. Oh, he's just on with the keeper. Oh, he goes to the middle of the box but can't put it in. Kalonji not able to move us forward to a 5-1 lead. Legends FC suffering in the back as the attacking members of Kalonji use the defenders of Legends as a hurdle.
Yeah, you could see Amiyako and Okonkwo trying to team up there. You know, one thing to note, Stephen, as we are watching this match, the one thing that the Legends do not have here tonight, and that is their head coach, Coach Wozniak. He's not here
other
in
than
attendance.
a midfielder.
He's not here in attendance. So, and you've got the assistant coach on the field in Estes. So the staff helping with formation and keeping everything organized.
I mean, I think realistically, I don't know. I don't think there is a magical solution here for Legends. I think their first idea of playing a very pragmatic, defensive, Tottenham-esque style of have members back, but when you get the ball, run. Could have worked, but I think their defense is too poor. Speaking of which, Kalonji almost give a shink in the armor. Strong defending from Kalonji. He's able to keep the ball out. Legends FC collect. And then says, big ball over the top. Looking for the striker. Just doesn't have the legs to get under it. Barrientos, the starting holding midfielder, switched to striker. Unable to find that. Barrientos seems a little bit more like a hold-up player, so maybe they're trying to use him as a target man. I'm not sure I'm completely in on that idea, but it's an idea nonetheless. Bit of a botched volley coming off for Legends FC, but it takes a touch going through. And Legends, potentially with one of their best goal-scoring opportunities of the night, are going to be able to pick up a corner. Obviously, not quite as good as the goal-scoring opportunity where they scored a goal, but not bad, nonetheless.
They're starting to work their way into this match.
Yeah, I would be curious to where they would be with their first roster. In-swinger way far to the back post will be going out uncontested for a Kalonji throw-in. Like, I think they're starting to find, especially as Kalonji switch their second-string members, there's some very tired and inexperienced legs on the field for Kalonji. If they played their kind of high-impact style that they started with Bryant and Wiggand up top, I think now it might actually work a little bit better, but I think that Barrientos just gives you something so fundamentally different. He's not the kind of guy that wants to chase down a ball from, box to box.
And we're starting to see some more physical play from the Legends.
Well, I think they're getting frustrated, but I do agree. I think they're willing to leave that foot in a little bit more. They're willing to go shoulder to shoulder. Speaking of which, Wiggand tries to make some defensive contributions. Can't quite make it happen just yet.
But that's one of the things you got to have when you're playing a team like Kalonji, is you got to have some physicality to you.
I mean, yeah. Big shot from the edge of the box. Not going to find anything. It's a little bit too long, too slow. Not going to challenge the keeper this time.
We had that match just a few weeks ago that you were able to call for us. Atlanta United Academy versus Kalonji, and Atlanta United just made this Kalonji team look.
Yeah, I mean, they are beatable. Turning into the inside, goes to the right foot, launches the shot, and it's in the back of the net. Goal to Kalonji! 5-1 is the scoreline, and they are scoring matches like it's a game. And to be fair, it is a game, which helps out quite a bit. Kalonji take the lead, 5-1, as they continue making their championship-winning statement.
And look at this individual effort for this goal. Receives it on the far corner, works his way
just dribbled past
through
three
the
people,
defense, and just slots it right past the keeper.
That is Kalonji Wingers 101. Get the ball, out-dribble three people, and then take a shot, and it's probably going to go in. That is the Kalonji Winger way, and I think it's the defense more than anything that has failed Legends.
Yeah, I really have to say I think this 3-5-2 formation was just not the smart decision.
I mean, I don't think it's the formation. There were three guys on him. Nobody was able to take him down. Substitution coming into the game. Number 12 checking out. That's going to be Croxon, the midfielder. Number 28 coming on. We do have that one. That's Rujana, who will be making his way into the match. I mean, the problem is, like, when you talk about formations, you're talking about getting numbers in specific areas of the pitch. That is what a formation dictates. But when you have three guys on one winger and he goes past all of them, it's not a formation issue. It is
that is true.
defensive fundamentals.
Yeah. I mean, you have to. I mean, at one point, just somebody get a foot on the ball.
Correct. I would heavily agree with you. Ball played over to the right side. Good run through. Ah. Manessa is not. He takes a bit of a heavy touch there, keeping the ball up for a volley. Not able to find a defensive play. Legends able to recycle. Legends, another dangerous free kick. I mean, unfortunately, they just gave away a goal, so it's 5-1. But it'd be really cool to see it be 5-2.
You had to see Patrick Akwanko having to come all the way back to help with that defensive effort by Kalonji, which fortunately ended up going against them. This is a great opportunity for Legends yet again. If Barrientos can just kind of loft that ball into the box.
Oh, he's just putting this on goal. There's no way he's doing anything else. When you are down 5-1 in the 70th minute, and you have a ball at your feet, that ball goes at the net.
Just a simple two-man wall for Kalonji.
Yeah, I mean, you really can't have one from that angle. It's going to dip over, goes for the back post, has multiple members, hits somebody in the hand, can't come down, and if that doesn't summarize Legends night, I don't know what does.
But that ball got through.
True.
And was a great ball. It just got a bad bounce for the Legends.
Yeah.
You know, we'll take a look at it here real quick. Look at this. Nice ball in. It gets over the line. It just unfortunately bounced into the hand of the attacking Legends player.
Yeah, Pavlotsky on the ball, lays it off out wide. And you're right. I mean, I think the kick and the runs were perfect. Everything after the kick was terrible. Couldn't control it, hit them in the hands, and I think there may have even been an offside shout. So just really goes downhill from the start, but the start was good. And that summarizes Legends so well. There are some really bright spots here, but it's really their fundamentals at the end of the day that are letting them down. Ball played to the right side. Looks like it takes a bit of a tap going through. Number 37 trying to push. I can't find it. Kalonji. Now that is a gutsy cutback from your right-sided defender. Track meet going down on the defensive end of the pitch for Legends FC. You just can't do that. Saleh forgets what team he's playing against. Dwells on the ball a little bit too much, like there isn't somebody running directly for him. Yeah, I think the Legends FC guys are just getting tired out there. They're having to spend so much time chasing down Kalonji that, you know, they're taking that extra second on the ball.
You know, one thing that we've always talked about in previous seasons is how.
We're not even going to acknowledge that. You go ahead.
Yeah, don't even. I'm not. But one of the things we talk about when it comes to Kalonji is how, as a team, when they defend in packs. So you'll see 2 or 3 guys swarm to the ball for defense, and it's hard to get through there.
Yeah.
When it's working correctly.
Right, and I think it is that, you know, that extra little bit of discipline to stand. The problem is communication as well. There's no one standing up the attacker that lets the other 2 guys come in. It's either everyone's standing off or everyone's going in. And that's the only way you mess up a 3-on-1 defensive situation. Good clearance coming out from Shu. Shu able to get that away from his own defense. Once again, taking a long time here on the ball, but the defense for Legends are able to turn that around. Now into the wide area of the midfield. Kalonji picking up another foul. That's a yellow card. Unsure if it's for dissent or it's for the contact.
It was as Estes was releasing the ball, just kind of chucked through him and put him to the ground. So it's more just the aggressiveness of the play.
Ooh, terrible defensive clearance now. Now moving down the right side for Kalonji. Driving towards that post. Going to be going for the shot himself. Oh, it's a left-footed effort. And this is the downside of having left-footed wingers on the left side. The only way they can get a shot is just trying to bend it towards the back post, but it just bends away from the goal and fortunately can't get it. Very poor defensive clearance attempted by number 25.
Yeah, you look at this, just a mistake.
That's 45.
Gives the ball up again, makes it around the defender, and that just needed to be put on frame.
Oh, another chance here. Nobody at the top of the box for Kalonji once again. Calling the wrong zip code there, unfortunately, for... Oh, Menez got to be very careful. I think he's on a card already, and I just saw a kick out.
Well, and also, that was also a little bit of a blow to the face.
I mean, people are getting upset. I wouldn't be honestly, I'm kind of getting to the point where Legends, they may want to start making substitutions to make sure there are no red cards, because they need everybody in their final week match. All they have to do is get a point and they save themselves from relegation, but they could be on the hot seat if they're not careful, and a red card on some of your key members is not how you want to go into it. What a strong challenge. The referee's really going to have to take control of this game. That's kind of in between for me. He obviously went with the shoulder. He did get the ball, but...
And I think that was kind of a payback for the previous foul against him, because you can see here just a bit of a pass back from Kalonji, and Estes just goes right through.
Yeah. I mean, he gets the ball, but he makes no attempt to not shoulder check.
No attempt whatsoever.
No. I mean, I think we're getting really close. You're starting to see retribution followed by retribution, and the cycle of violence just continues. And I don't exactly see anyone with any forgiveness here to break that cycle of violence, so might be in for a very spirited match. It's going to be a left-footed ball into the zone. Could be going back post or could be going on net. Knowing Kalonji, I think we can bet's going on goal. Goes into the wall. Three-man wall does its jobs for Legends FC. Sliding clearance coming forward from Saleh is able to delay the attack a little bit longer as Kalonji will be getting the throw in.
That was another spirited sliding challenge there by number 4 from Legends.
There's your vocabulary word of the day, spirited. I think we've been seeing a lot of spirit here today in the defensive third, but unfortunately need potentially a little bit more discipline in the back line here for Legends. Ball play to the right side. 3 members nearby. Once again, Kalonji trying to dribble their way out of trouble. Steps in for the clearance, but it will be going out for Legends ball.
Now, as we know, we've heard from a wise man once before, when it comes to being a soccer player, you need to be a goldfish. And
hey, I already made one Ted Lasso reference tonight.
But you just can't. I had to get in there with you. But you have to be careful, because you've already got a challenge on you. You don't want to retaliate like what Estes did. You don't want to end up getting a card yourself, or potentially a red one like you were talking about, because both of these teams, not only just Kalonji fighting for a championship, you have Legends fighting to stay in the division.
Ooh, Legends can't quite keep control of that ball, but you're 100% on the money. I mean, when you're in the game, you're always thinking about the here and the now. And as a Legends guy, you may be thinking, well, we've lost this game. There's nothing really we can do to even get a draw here tonight, so what does it really matter? But you got to think of the consequences. And unfortunately, that's just not your first thought process. Fletcher Clifford gives the ball away. Once again, now he's on the defense. Back foot. Oh, just overlapped there on the side. Here comes the attempt, and there comes the goal. Number 6. Could it get better for Kalonji here tonight? As calm as you like it, takes it with the right foot and finds it right into the back of the net.
And Patrick Okwanko says, "Thank you very much. I will put that in the back of the net." Look at this. Mistake by the defender. Slots it to Okwanko, and he just puts it one-timed.
Yeah, the goalkeeper hasn't quite covered himself in glory with that one, but still in a one-on-one situation, it's not – the goalkeeper's not the primary issue there.
No, that was a mistake by the defense, which led to that.
I'm sorry, did we just get a card?
A little bit of, I think, showboating there.
Oh, we've reached the FIFA 23 celebration point of the match where we're really just coming forward to see who's got what in their dancing repertoire. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not completely sure what the rules are as far as showboating goes, and as far as celebrations go. That might be a fun read for me tonight. Just a little bit of bedtime reading the UPSL Premier Division rulebook. When's that coming to audiobook? That's what we got to get.
Yeah, that'd be
that might serve a lot of people in this league very well, especially some of the players. But
because at one point Okonkwo was in the fight for the Golden Boot. He's now slotted down quite a way. I think right now he was coming into this match in 6th position.
Yeah, I mean, the top of that Golden Boot race is not separated by that much. And given that Kalonji have a game in hand, including tonight's match, then with all that, there's some room for anyone to make that last-second change. But still, looking at the overall picture, one of the conditions for making it through and becoming the champions of the league. Could come down to a goal differential for Kalonji, or at least a battle for one of those second place positions could. So the fact that they're just running up the scoreline tonight, it's not just for show. There is a practical purpose, and that's because they want to have the tiebreaker versus any and all comers. And I feel like for Kalonji, obviously, yes, they want to win the title. Who doesn't? But getting a top 2 is such an important goal for them because of their match load, because it gives them a chance to finally give some players a rest.
Well, and one of the changes that is made into the way that the playoffs are formatted for this spring season.
Oh, what a ball down the left flank. Sorry to cut you off, but he's going to be all on his own. Back post is marked. Man at the top of the box. If he can lay it off, that's a clean shot away. Looks for it first time. Oh, just takes the deflection. Doesn't quite get to the man quick enough, but Kalonji, they are just trying for goal after goal after goal here. And wow. It's not stopping. Speaking of which,
look at how they just run down this far side, make their way into the box, try to get it over to the center part, shot taken, and it goes deflected and out for a corner. But what I was saying is, when it comes to the playoffs this season, through the entire playoffs, home field advantage will be in effect. So in the past, home field advantage was only set for the first round, and then you would go to a neutral ground for the final matches of the playoffs. This time in the playoffs, it'll go to whoever's home turf that is.
Even for the finals?
Even for the finals.
Wow. Yeah, that'd be huge. Kalonji, of course, would love to return to Shiloh Stadium. And honestly, speaking as a production team here, they have a very nice stadium. We get
it is a beautiful stadium. But it's one of the things that you have to be prepared for, because you look at in the fall, FC Birmingham got a home match. Their first playoff match was against Vino Tinto, and Vino Tinto stunned them.
Yeah, I mean, having home field advantage is always nice, and especially when you get to make your opponent drive that little bit longer, makes your match a little easier. But certainly crazier stuff has happened, and here we go. Pavlotsky maybe fancying himself a chance. That didn't look clean.
Well, especially if you look at a team like Dalton, all the way up, Dalton, Georgia, and a team like FC Birmingham out of Birmingham, Alabama. You're talking about a 3.5-hour drive for Birmingham to get all the way up there to have to play them in a playoff match.
Yeah, that'd be pretty rough, to say the least. Kalonji looking to keep it going. Shot ripped from the edge of the way outside the zone,
but then that's also, you're talking about Kalonji making everybody come to them in Snellville.
Yeah, I mean, but of course, we're going to have to see how that plays out, of course, as we finish up the season. And it'll be nice, especially if you tune in, ladies and gentlemen, on Wednesday to watch the next Kalonji Pro Profile match, whether that's a title match or not. We'll be able to give you the full playoff picture, as well as where those matches will be, given who takes those positions. So, yeah, I mean, so much to decipher here in the UPSL Premier Division. It's not often you have 4 teams in the title race, 3 in the relegation battle, and 9 going for the playoffs in the last match week of a season. I don't think there's a single match on our schedule that is a missable match. I think every single thing that we're offering here this weekend, and we'll cover just, not quite, but just about everything, has got some sort of implication for somebody. Big ball over the top, the very rather large ball over the top, played out to the right wing, put back in play by Legends, trying to chest it on over, finds himself in some space, looking to play that 1-2 ball back, has some movement on the right side. I think he's just barely onside here, just keeps it in as well, but can't get it past the defender. Legends FC find themselves deep in Kalonji territory.
And to piggyback off what you were saying, none of the matches that are going to be this weekend are gimme matches. They're all going to be good competitive matches.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's what a throw. Wow.
That was a rainbow.
Can we watch that again? I want to watch that again. In the meantime, we got Kalonji trying to play out the defense here. I think they'll find it. Pavlotsky slots into the back line to get us out of here. And ladies and gentlemen, let's just taste the rainbow one more time if we could. Just in a few moments, Legends FC controlling the midfield, trying to play it up once again. Cheeky little step over pass back to the midfield. Menendez plays it back to his back line. Legends just looking to possess, but still can't find much penetration. Trying to find it now down that left side. Player goes over. Legends FC are going to get a free kick in. Once again, a very dangerous spot.
And it's going to be a yellow card.
Well, Kalonji certainly are racking them up here tonight.
All right, let's take a moment and
Let's
taste the rainbow.
God, what? I hate to do this, but this is just objectively funny. He goes for the long throw, but he doesn't have any sort of a run-up. So honestly, given the fact that he had 2 feet on the ground, that's honestly kind of an impressive distance.
Yeah, that was one of the most impressive flat-footed throw-ins.
Yeah. No, if that arc was a little bit lower, that'd be phenomenal. Because typically when players go for that long throw, they get themselves a few steps to throw it. But, well,
you know, and we were having a conversation in pre-match talking about the somersault throw-in and about how they're actually working on putting that into.
Ladies and gentlemen, sorry to cut you off, Larry, but we've got a free kick right here. Once again, another chance for Legends. In swinger. Oh, just goes through the uprights.
But they're actually looking to modify the law to better define the somersault throw-in and whether it is or is not legal. In all intent purposes, it is legal.
Yeah. Well, as long as you get the 2 feet on the ground.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they're making sure to define it for the referees because it's one of those odd. You rarely see it. You know, we used to see it about 10, 12 years ago. It was common because everyone figured out how to do it.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where I feel like it's really good if you can make it work, but the effort required to make it work versus how silly you're going to look if you mess it up. And as a player, I don't know if I go for it, but hey, always having it in the game is good to see.
Over the years,
Kalonji get the ball over, or get the ball in a very dangerous place. Big ball over the top. Now it's a foot race down that right side. Kalonji staying on the ball. One runner on the inside, looking for an overlap. Multiple runners. Look at that far post. There's nobody covering this wide left area. If they can just find the ball across, they don't find it. Recycling the ball. Pulling Legends FC forward, tempting them forward with a turnover. Finds the man through. Oh, just steps on the ball. Has multiple men to his inside. What was that?
I think I saw that on Monday Night Raw the other day.
Yeah, that's a SmackDown move if I've ever seen one. He just if there is not a card on this, that's wrong. I mean he's clearly grabbing his opponent and throwing him to the ground.
Yeah, you see right here. It just...
No shot. That's not a card.
2-point takedown.
He didn't even try to hide his intentions there. I mean, I get it. They're upset. That left back has been running all night long, but you can't. I feel like you don't have to say this very often. And maybe this is what the audio version of the rule book it would be, but you can't slam people to the ground. That's just not allowed. I mean, would it boost viewership? Probably. You know, would it be cool if you got a bonus free kick for putting a player through a table? Oh, I'd watch that all day. But that's not quite the world we live in.
Yeah, that's more of a video game.
Free kick taken on the ground. Oh, just goes wide. Looks like it takes a deflection from the goalkeeper, who has to keep that out of the net. So Kalonji, as we crest into the 89th minute of the game,
that's going to be one of those
corner.
UPSL blitz. You know.
Extreme rules night.
Yes.
That's Championship Sunday for us instead. Yeah. It's the last week of them. It's just, give all the players like football pads and see what happens. Or like those big bubbles.
Yeah.
In swinging corner. 2 members up in the air. Neither of them can quite put their heads to the ball. Very poor touch here. Unfortunately puts the ball out of play for Kalonji. Legends FC will be claiming this one.
There's one thing that I can say that Kalonji just hasn't perfected this second half. It would be those set pieces like that.
Number 20 down on the ground for Legends FC. That's Estes, who tried to go shoulder to shoulder with a Kalonji defender. Maybe just gets hit, down low with a flailing arm. Didn't look like anything malicious, but I need to walk that one off for the sake of the family jewels there.
Let's take a look at that set piece while they're getting reset. You see here, ball gets whipped in perfectly right there. Just need to get the head on it. And
It's Goldilocks. There's a player too far and a player too close, but nobody just right in the middle, unfortunately. Looking at what we got here, my guess is going to be a drop ball drop ball. Plays it down the left side. Are we onside? It looks like we are. Shot in the goal, and there it is. Lucky number 7 for Kalonji profile. And we just got to watch this.
That was almost criminal for Kalonji profile. You see here on this replay, drop ball, slots it right over to Okonkwo, and he just puts it, boom, right into. And then it's celebration time.
Yeah. I mean, when they just come that easily, you got to show it off a little bit, and just finds the man at the back post and right-footed, puts it right past the keeper. And that's why you need to do that solid job of defending your keeper, because from that distance, it's a reflex save, if anything. Just beats him at the near post, dribbles in, and Kalonji with a huge +6 in the goal differential column off of tonight's efforts. I believe that would bring them up to, as I check my spreadsheet, that would bring them to +16. Still 3 behind Dalton and Academy, but going into the last day of matches could definitely help a thing or two out. Legends FC at a -18 goal differential heading into their final match. Worst in the league by 5.
And I have to say, we'll talk about the bracket here in just a minute.
Oh, yes, we will.
I'm still really concerned about that goal differential from North Georgia United.
Yeah, I mean, North Georgia are the worst defensive team in the league, letting in on average 3.6 goals against per match over 9 matches. And, I mean, they are a fairly decent scoring team. They've got 2.7. They got McKeever up top, so they can score, but it's a very porous team. So they're really going to have to try to control their own destiny going into the postseason with a win in that final match. An upset over Dalton would not only deny Dalton the title, but would be huge for securing North Georgia that playoff spot. Legends FC trying to move into the box here as we are about 2 minutes into stoppage time. I don't know what stoppage time is going to look like. Kalonji on the break the other way. Menezes just falls over, allowing Kalonji to find the other way. They've got 4 members on the attack, 3 in defense. Tracking back here for multiple members. Plays it to the right foot, drops to the top of the box. Completely wide open on the side. Oh, great defensive effort there from number 4, Saleh, to put that shot wide. Will be a corner kick once again, but Legends at least save some face here, as they were very much at risk at falling 8-1. And I think, let me double check, I believe the highest scoring match we've had for one team is 7. Yeah, we've had Kalonji 7-3 over North Georgia.
It was 8-4.
8-4. Yeah, so I mean already very close to the highest single game.
That Los Tigres Rovers match just last week was 8-4. But if we want to go back into the archives, several seasons ago, Kalonji Pro Profile played Stone Mountain and beat them 22-1.
That can't be real. Ball over the top, Legends FC, and this could end ugly. 20 gets ahead. Oh, he's one-on-one with the keeper. Defender comes back. Referee singling. That's a PK. You could almost see the two of them going shoulder to shoulder together, but as the defender, you just can't give anything. And all of a sudden, Legends FC, the comeback's not quite on, but time to save face here, and we'll take a look at that replay. And it's just as simple as it calls one. From right there, you can see 20 shoving into him, but you just can't. That's such a weak dive.
It's very, very weak. But, Estes trying to take everything on his shoulders.
Yeah.
He's been in almost every single play into this second half. And remember, he is the assistant coach.
You could almost see him when that ball came through. You could see his head drop like, gosh, dang it, I have to get this ball. But yeah, I mean that's just a professional play. If you're in the box and you feel someone shoving against you, he almost riles the defender up a little bit to maybe incite some contact coming back. And then when the contact comes through, you put it in. as we gain our focus here. You looking to absolutely make a big impact. Let in that free kick, which I'm going to be honest wasn't really his fault. But now here comes the PK. Can he keep this out and make a statement here tonight? Barrientos walks up. It's a slow pace. Puts it in the right of the goal. It's a diving effort, but you are never in a million years going to keep that one out. And I believe for the second, no, actually Barrientos was standing over the first shot, did not take it. But for his first goal on the night, Barrientos finds the goal in stoppage time.
Just a simple take. Just choose a side. Slots it. Nothing the keeper can do.
Yeah. And he guesses the right side, too. I mean, both the keeper and the ball go left, but when you hit it with that much power and are that true to the spot you pick, it's just going to go in. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are now 5 minutes into stoppage time. I would be shocked if there was more than a minute left of the game to play. We haven't had that too many stoppages outside of goals scored. Kalonji still on the ball. Very strong play on the ball. Finds out to this left wing. Will he cut it in? Will he not? Bit of a tug and a bit of a throw. Will get Legends FC the ball. I think Kalonji just realized, let's just get through the match with no cards. We've done our job here. Let's not spoil it. As there will be much celebrations here for Kalonji Pro Profile. They still aren't the masters of their own destiny as far as the title race is concerned, but they are still keeping their dreams alive. Poor touch in the midfield. Referee checks the watch. Still going to keep play going here. Kalonji through again on the right side. Big authoritative clearance down the other way. Looks like it's going to be a free kick. Kalonji taking their time with retrieving this one. This is actually going to be a Kalonji free kick, question mark? Referee, yep, points the way of Kalonji, so potentially one more chance to drop the ball into the box. Throw it in that corridor of uncertainty. And ladies and gentlemen, at full time here at Henry Selden Field, Northgate, Georgia, Kalonji Pro Profile. They keep their title hopes alive heading into week number 10. Whereas Legends FC here on neutral ground are unable to secure safety from relegation. They're going to have to be going into this weekend's matchup with LGSA with a lot of work to do. 1 point will net them safety, but it's all coming down to the last week.
So when we take a look, this is where we were
before the
coming
match.
into this into this match.
So with this win, Kalonji Pro Profile moved to 20 points. They are level with Atlanta United Academy, still behind by 3 in the goal differential column. And basically every team now has one match to play except for City, who has the weekend match and then the Wednesday contest versus Kalonji. So yes, with this table as it currently stands, Dalton have first dibs on the title in that Saturday North Georgia derby up against North Georgia United. Atlanta United Academy, with Dalton failing, get their shot at the title versus FC Birmingham. And if none of that happens, Kalonji have done everything that is within their grasp, that is within their jurisdiction, to set up for the miracle run with Wednesday's match versus Atlanta City if both Academy and Dalton were to fall. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in to this midweek presentation of the UPSL Georgia Premier Division, brought to you by the ASMG Atlantic Soccer Media Group. Be sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you want to see any of these matches coming up for you. Hit that bell notification icon so you can be up to date with whenever we go live, because, ladies and gentlemen, we have so much action coming to you here at the conclusion of UPSL silly season. My name's Ben Steven Johnson. I've been joined on broadcast by Larry, and Andre's been helping us out on the cameras. We will see you on Saturday for the conclusion and the beginning of the end of the UPSL regular season. You won't want to miss it for anything. We'll see you then.
This has been a presentation of the UPSL. Any use of this broadcast without the written consent of the Atlantic Soccer Media Group is prohibited.